Hi there, my name's Natalie and I'm a former student of the Birthkeeper's Path with Joy and JD, who were my mentors this last year. We're just about to finish our course, which has been pretty life-changing, to be honest. I feel like I've been swept away in this portal of things I needed to learn as a woman, and things I needed to learn as a mother, and things I needed to learn as a birthkeeper. And for me, the reason why I decided to do this course was because, I don't know, I was called to do doula work in some way, shape or form, and I kept looking and none of them were really resonating. Like there was one I found, but the women were, I don't know, it just didn't align with the way I am as a woman. And then I moved into the area and I found lots of people were talking about Joy and JD and this amazing course they were doing, and I was like, okay, sign me up. I never met Joy or JD before, so I didn't really know what their personalities were like or anything like that. But I felt instantly comfortable. The two of them were really great mentors who had a lot of time and space for our questions. They Throughout the course, we looked at lots of different subjects, and the space that was held was so beautiful because it meant that when you were going into these subjects, you could really go deep within yourself to look at what might arise in a birth scenario, or what's alive in you that you might not have met yet. And also there were some beautiful like role play moments where, oh my god, I remember nearly being in tears. JD was pretending to give birth and it was a difficult time that she was reenacting, where the baby wasn't was like presenting the wrong way. And Joy and JD basically helped us, inform us of how to support a woman in those things, or how you might typically support a woman in that kind of situation. And that's just one example, one scenario from the in-person weekend, of which there were 4, that just completely, swept me away. It was so powerful. I was crying. Just, with the amount of knowledge that these women have, and how much they give in for what I was expecting to receive. It just exceeded my expectations. Something like you'll never know. When I entered the Birthkeeper's portal, my world just shifted. And yeah, there was a lot of different bits of information that maybe I'd touched on in the past that really came through. And I feel like in my birth story of my daughter, I feel like I had like a lot of knowledge, because I'm the type of person I get a bit nerdy around birth. I got a bit nerdy around birth, and I think that's what encouraged the doula work to kind of come through to me after giving birth to my daughter. But this course covered everything and more, and there were so many stones that I had left unturned in my birth story, and I felt like there were parts of me that really received a lot of healing, as an individual, not just as a birthkeeper. My plan going forward is to be a birthkeeper, and help women find empowerment of themselves during the birth experience, especially if they're planning on giving birth in a hospital setting. That for me is quite important. I feel like a lot of times, particularly women who have had like past traumas or past birth experience traumas, where they might want to be in a space where they know they're safe, and a hospital seems like a safe space to them, even though they want raised oxytocin levels and they want an interrupted labour and uninterrupted labour. They definitely don't want an interrupted labour. I learned so much on the course, and it really moved me. It moved the way I mother, and in fact, the most monumental shift I had was my connection to other women in sister circles. I've always been a bit reserved in those situations, but emotionally I felt really held. And when things were coming up in the space, everyone was free to speak their truth, and everyone was free to share how their hearts were in that moment. And for me to be held in that by other women on the course and Joy and JD was just insane. It was insane, and it's really helped put some of the puzzle pieces together for me, to pave the path of me being the best birthkeeper I can be in the future, even though that's not right now because my baby's only 2, but it will be soon. And I'm so grateful for the opportunity I had to do the course. I promise you, even if you decide at the end of the course not to be a birthkeeper, you will not regret going through this portal of birthkeeping. It is magical. I can't explain with words just how transformative it's been. But I hope you'll experience it for yourself. Thank you for listening.